Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do the One Piece chapter 760 review. Now, I'm actually back on kilter. Like, I don't know what happened, but during my Zankyou no Terra review and during my Bleach review, I was just messed up. But Bleach got my ass back in gear. I am focused. I'm ready to go. So, this chapter, and by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, right here, somewhere up there, live reaction, okay? Now, this chapter, in essence, is very simple, but I want to talk about a few key points here and there, and then we're going to call it a chapter review. Things I didn't mention before, and things I'm going to reiterate, and I'm going to go deeper into. So, first of all, I do want to mention that when it comes to the relationship between Sabo and Koala, it reminds me of Luffy and Nami. It just does. For some reason. I guess because Luffy is always perceived to be selfish, and Sabo is always perceived to be selfish. And you have Koala, she is, of course, pissed at Sabo for being selfish because then the other members of the Revolutionary Army look upon her and hack for being the reasons why. And then you have Nami, who in essence always... Well, one of the reasons why she always nags Luffy is because she understands that Luffy, as well as Zoro, are pretty selfish bastards. So, she does do that on a regular basis as well. So, I did like that. It was pretty funny. And even though I'm pissed, even though I'm still mad that we're not getting Fujitora and horizontal gravities and meteors and potentially moons coming down, we're not getting that. No. I mean, hey, you bring down the moon, you bring down NL. Oh, fuck. Where's my boy? Where's my boy, man? Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. When Enel comes back to the story, I am losing my fucking mind. I'm going crazy. But whenever that day will be, not today. So, it sucks, but it's not today. Now, let me go to the next thing I want to talk about. Let me just jump ahead to the ending. So, when it comes to what's going on with Flamingo and what's going on with... Actually, no. Well, no. Let me not jump ahead real quick. Let me go back. Let me backpedal. The whole thing... My phone's ringing again. Fuck, why does it keep on ringing? Someone's trying to call me and I'm busy doing shit. They fucking know that. Alright? They know... I'm not... Don't call me. I'll call you. Damn it. You know, I need to turn my phone when I'm doing reviews. I gotta start doing that more often. I gotta turn my phone because I don't normally do that. I should start doing that more often. Either way, let me move on. Let me back put over to what's going on with King Riku and the people. That one's very, very, very simple. All it really is King Riku, we respect you, we still love you, we realize, we understand full well that Flamingo's a bad king, and, I mean, obviously, duh. I mean, this guy, with Pika's powers, rearranged the structure of the entire country. Yeah, kind of a bad dude. Based on that alone, but of course, it's the fact that he's also manipulating people by using sugar, making people the toys, and people forget about them because they were toys, and so on and so forth. And the fact that, you know, King Riku's was being controlled when he slayed the citizens, and the fact that the country, even though there's prosperity on the outside, the inside, or I should say, there is a giant light, but that comes at the cost with a giant shadow. Alright, and that giant shadow is dwarves being enslaved, and some citizens who try and speak out against Flamingo, they disappear, and you know, stuff like that. So overall, the citizens, they understand full well. And even though it seemed very random when they were climbing up the thing with the ferocity, with the intensity, like, yeah, we're coming, man. And then they reach there, like, fuck, our bad, dude, our bad, my bad, bro, hug it out, bro hug, yeah, bro hug. And then, well, no, say, well, bro, yeah. You when you do a bro hug, you gotta tilt your arms more like this, like you need to go like straight, like 45 degrees, like, yeah, bro hug, like that's how you do it. Alright, if you do know how to do a bro hug, that's how you do a bro hug. Like, yeah. So, thing here is, King Lightning bro hug 101. But the thing here is, it was random, but it's resolved. The issue's resolved, and now the main thing here going on, because there's this whole Frankie side battle with Senor Pink. Honestly, at this point in time, I'm not intrigued. Right now, the main two fights are Kiros versus Diamante and Monka D and Trafalgar versus Trebol and Flamingo. That's it. Now, getting on to the main fight at hand. Two things that are very important that I didn't notice at first, but now I perceive them. The first thing, when I did live reaction, and you had Flamingo, and he was no homo, looking real good. All right, looking real good. All right. I mean, I'm not Zaldin, but motherfucker's looking real good. Like shit. Like, whoa, like this dude was pretty damn good, right? And he was just murking. I mean, after he took the Red Hawk, and by the way, I did backtrack. When Chinjao took the Red Hawk rifle, initially it looks like he had armored haki on his stomach. That's what it looks like initially. But then when you see him fall back down, it's not there anymore in the next chapter over. So I don't know, but it actually looks like Chinjao did in fact use armored haki when it came to blocking the Red Hawk rifle. So that's what it looked like. Not too sure, because that could have been the way Oda drew when it came to the shading. But it looks like when he took that punch to the gut, you can see the side of his stomach and it's black. So I'm assuming that the entire stomach was black. Don't know. But either way, point here is after taking that Red Hawk, and hold on, you know what? Let me not stop there. Let me talk about and I know I'm deviating, but the Red Hawk for a second. I want to talk about the attack itself, because the attack itself, I like it. However, I'm kind of thrown back a little bit by the fact that when Luffy did that shit to Horty Jones underwater and during the Fishman Island arc, he was underneath 10,000 meters of water pressure. So it's not just the fact that he's a Doflamingo user, thus his powers are nerfed underwater, but he's underneath 10,000 meters of water pressure. That would easily squish the most sophisticated subs of the day. And yet, when we see the Red Hawk rifle done multiple occasions during Dressrosa, the Red Hawk and the Red Hawk rifle, it doesn't seem to be any more destructive than what he did against Horty Jones, which throws me off. It should be far more destructive. I mean, maybe it's more potent, and we can't really see its potency change, but still, it should be like the explosion should be more. It should be bigger, and it's not. It's the same Red Hawk that we saw underwater, so that throws me off as well. I don't know why that's the way it is, but that's just the way it is. Now again, it could be more potent, but as far as I can tell, I don't think so. Now, when Flamingo, getting back to the two things that are very important, because I deviated. Number one, Flamingo, when he kicked Luffy, after he did the whole thing with Law, and the strings went through Law, and again, how Law may be slowing down because of the lead poisoning, but again, that's a different story. Flamingo didn't do a dual kick. It was one kick. Now, when I did live reaction, I thought that he had kicked Luffy twice. No. The smaller panel is of Luffy using armored haki on his right arm, and then the foot's coming closer towards Luffy. When I saw that foot the first time, it looked like he had already kicked Luffy, and he came back for a second kick with armored haki in the leg. No. Luffy did not block the kick. He did block the kick, but the kick of Flamingo with armored haki bypassed the hand that Luffy had that was laced with armored haki. What does that mean? That means that Luffy's haki, for all it's worth, is less potent than Flamingo's haki, because Flamingo's haki was able to bypass Luffy's haki. It's very important. That means that not only does Luffy have a longer to go when it comes to haki control, but it also means that Luffy has longer to go when it comes to hockey potency. Now you feel me. You see, it only makes sense that you have guys that, and I'm not saying that Luffy does have, because he's not like Busou Shoku selective. He's Hao Shoku selective. That's his main thing, according to Oda. But Busou Shoku can be enhanced in its potency as well. So, I want to make a comparison here. I'm going to assume that when it comes to Busou Shoku potency, guys like Vertigo are far more potent than guys like, and even though I love him, alright, Brandy. Even though they both could use full body armored hockey, it took Brandy couldn't take like gear second attacks from Luffy. This dude, Virgo, needed multi-mountain cuts. So, I think even though it's a small panel, and it's not like, and because I am kind of going a little bit too far with that, maybe I may be pushing it. I don't really think so to a certain degree. I think that one's potency of Busou Shoku can also be controlled. I mean, people kind of tie it into the whole why is Rayleigh called the Dark King? Like, why is he called Male Rayleigh? And how he may have full body armored hockey to like the highest degree. So when I think about it, I'm like, that kind of makes no sense because armored hockey is already covering you. So, like, how much higher can you be degree-wise? In the sense of armored hockey control, that would be the peak. Full body armor control. And maybe you can, like, expand it and do, like, certain things that, like, extend your body. You know, like, control Busou Shoku and, like, make, like, pulsations. So, shit like that. Almost like what, what's his name did? Sentomaru. However, the potency of one's armored hockey would be the defining factor. So it's possible, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. And the second thing is when it comes to Flamingo. Again, Flamingo. Well, you know, let me just talk about something else as well, because I forgot to mention this. The whole radio knife thing, I do like it. It to me, I think it's very cool, and I do see Law being able to manipulate his Doflamingo in a way where he can also bypass Logia powers as well. That, I think, is very good. Now, moving on. Flamingo, two things to wrap it up. Number one, the whole backstory and the spiel. That was, so now we're getting more intel on Flamingo's past. We actually know more about Flamingo's past than we do Crocodile. So I think that probably is a good indication as to where Crocodile stands towards the future of the One Piece series. Just saying. Crocodile has some history with Ivankov. People are saying that he was a chick when back in the day. Maybe. Who knows? He may be a revolutionary back in the day. And they said, fuck that, I'm leaving. Don't know. And he may have been underneath the command of Ivankov. So, yeah, very possible. So, the fact of the matter here is that we know more about Flamingo and his past than we do Crocodile. And Flamingo, again, he was a Tenryubito, and he came down because his pa came down, and his family was considered to be a treacherous or traitor family to the royal lineage of the folks in the Mary Joes. So, I kind of wonder, is the Nefertari family seen in the same light? Because the Nefertari family, they initially declined the offer to go to the Holy Land, while the other 19 families did, or like some number like that. So I wonder if Vivi's family is also considered to be a treacherous noble family, or something like that. Because they, even though they were the ones who were the original, one of the original families that made up the world government, they said, no, we're staying in our island, that's the way it is. So I kind of wonder that. But also what kind of throws me off, that makes me worried, is now that we're getting some into Flamingo's backstory, it may be the catalyst, and it probably is the catalyst for the downfall of Flamingo. Now, granted, Flamingo, he is a character that obviously, I mean, he's a villain. So normally in series, villains don't win; they normally lose. Duh. Unless they themselves become the good guys. However, in the case of Flamingo, it looks like he's getting He's not getting the crocodile treatment where he's gonna come back later on in the story and be more relevant. No. You see, he's getting his backstory spiel now. And when they were talking about Flamingo, they were talking about him in the sense of killing him, not beating him up. Well, Luffy is, but it would vary. Like, we either kill him or we beat him up. We kill him or we beat him up. Something like that. So, I'm afraid that this may be the start of the end of Flamingo. Which kind of shocks me because in One Piece, characters don't normally die. Again, one of the biggest plot holes, retcons in One Piece. Pell takes a nuke. And it was a nuke, by the way, because that thing would have erased an entire city that had over 1 million plus soldiers that are fighting in that city. That's a fucking nuke. We're taking a damn nuke. He did take a nuke. He took a nuke to the feet, and he lived. He point blank nukes. So clearly, I want characters in One Piece to die, given the fact that they're in dire situations. Keep the sense of danger rolling, especially since you're in the new world, the most dangerous place. It makes the Grand Line look like what? Like paradise, right? So, I'm kind of afraid that given the context of his entire we start off when he's a kid. It's not just like we start off when he was, simply put, like a young pirate. No. We're starting off in his backstory when he was a kid. So we're getting this shit from day one. And I'm worried that this may be the sign that Flamingo is going to, after this arc, he will not have any more relevance to the entirety of the One Piece series. That's what I'm worried about. I could be wrong, but who knows? So that's it. And so King Lightning, the chapter overall. Again, my biggest gripe here is the fact that Fujitora and Sabo is being shown. And also, it's the fact that this whole thing with the civilians just changing minds very quickly also throws me off as well. But other than that, the chapter, I did like it a lot. So I'm going to give the rating of a good plus to great. And I will see you guys later. So rate the video, comment, subscribe. Peace. Have a nice day.